strengths are different in different channels. The strongest is the American ground ops, and then the tower. And the quietest is United.
Hang on a minute. Turn all this crap off. Got tellies on here and everything dead noisy. Right, there we go. Got our drinking place. It's gonna be a long night. Have a look. There we go. So, as you can tell, just getting our Stellina initialized for tonight's viewing of the local universe. Not much to say really. I've done quite a few of these videos now with this Stellina. I'm still in two minds whether it's brilliant or a con, because everything I've looked at, it's giving me great data on it, and it's only 80mm as I said. So I'll just wait for this. It's 10:25 now, UK time. So I've got the Stellina set up in the yard on top of a box to get some height so I can see the horizon. The Stellina is brand new. I mean, obviously you know this if you follow me on Facebook. I've got a Facebook channel called Night Sky, all in uppercase, and a gap in between night and sky, just in case. Right, what I'll do, I'll let you have a little look at it, trying to initialise. It says at the minute, as you can see above my head, initialisation failed. There's no stars out just yet. Let's try again. Okay, you're going to see it move into place as soon as I just say try it anyway. Now I'm running this because it says you can only run it off your phone, but the phone's turned off as you can see, because it is Android based anyway. So actually it's not just Android, I think you can get it on Apple as well, so iOS. So what I've done, I'm running this off an emulator which converts Android into Windows language, so I can run it, as you can see, on the screen on the Windows and stream it off Streamlabs. So there's a way around everything. It will be better when it finally gets the software's updated and we come straight to Windows. Then I'll cut all this shit out what I have to do to get it online. As you can see, the Stellina is what I'll do, I'll get it a bit bigger so you can just see it, because there's no stars out here. There you go. That's a bit too big I suppose, isn't it? But there you go. So look here, right in the centre of our screen. There you go. She's a big old girl. Actually it's not big, she's about as big as a suitcase. And you can put it in a big backpack and transport it and stuff like that, you know. It's actually, you can't see what it's saying there obviously. Yeah, searching for the star searching or star zone search, or it's just routing something that I can get locked onto and obviously find out where its GPS is and whereabouts it's located, and it does all this so easy. But if there's no stars out, it makes it a bit harder for it. Right, on the left hand side of the screen here you'll see Stellarium running with, you know, basically people who mess about with this kind of stuff, they know what Stellarium's all about. It's an animated thing. You can pick a star, go to it, see what it looks like, see the position, distance, its orbit and whatever. So what I do, I go to Stellarium on the left here and look up something I don't know, like let's have a look here. Well, this is what we were viewing last night. Jupiter, Uranus, I was going to say Uranus, and the Whirlpool and Saturn. Right, if I go to Saturn now, you can see Stellarium there. There's is actually, I'll just get it in view for you. There's Saturn low in the sky. So what I can do is show you it above the camera here, and you can zoom into it. Actually, you would double click on it and then move that camera out the way. You can zoom right in on it, and you can see out the orbits, and you can see the tilt, you can see the rings, and that's how it should look when you run the Stellina program. This is what you get on this screen, see. So I'm just trying to orientate this screen up so we can get the best of everything there. 1 second. I've got 3 screens running here. So we'll put that there out the way. Now we can see this main screen. This is the main screen is the software of this thing here. So everything that goes on here. So we'll just give it another go now. Tell it to try and initialize again. Attempting GPS, and it's just saying daylight warning, blah blah blah. In other words, he still thinks it's a bit, a bit too early yet. But saying that, you can see that Stellina's moving again here. Look, yeah, and I'm running it straight onto YouTube, as you can see. I normally stream onto Facebook, but the quality gets a bit crap on Facebook now and again. So I'm just having a look here. Yeah, there's a chat here as well. If anyone's about, just drop me a message on there if you want, and I'll pick it up straight away. Right, yeah. So it's actually it's waking up now. It comes back into a sleep position now. It's waking up, as you can see, and then it'll try and do a star search again. So we've got our Stellarium running in the background. I'm going to zoom back out of Saturn so we can see where we are. And it still says it's like nice and light outside still. So there's your position of what I'm facing and looking at. My view out my backyard now is basically that there. So back up the way so you can see it a little bit better. Behind my head. Okay, as I say, we're not missing anything just yet because it's still doing the search with some stars. Yeah, so, and this is basically what I can see through the night. I can zoom in on anything, and this is my look at my backyard and see. Let's have a look here. We'll turn some galaxies on and stuff like so we can see. Let's have a look here. Milky Way galaxy, blah blah blah. Okay, blah 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 blah. Show shadow, no DSO. And you can turn stuff on, off and on in here, what you want to see. Markings, blah blah blah, DSO. Labels and markers, and you'll still, yeah, it is in the background now. I'll just get rid of this here. And then you'll see like galaxies have just shown up and everything on this Stellarium map here, which is good. I like it, it's quite good. Like, yeah, initialization failed again. Well, that doesn't matter because we know it's still a bit. Don't think we're going to do anything until about 11 o'clock anyway. Until it gets dark enough. So we'll just try it once more. Keep it busy. Keep it busy. Okay. Get out the way of the handle there so we can get down to the software. It'll say about daylight again here. Look, it'll crack it in a minute, and I will be online then. Yeah, it does all this fancy oobly-doobly stuff here. Look, so it's swirling and shit. It doesn't mean jack shit. It gets a bit exciting in a bit when it's actually locked onto something. But other than that, we'll just have to wait. What we'll do, we'll zoom out on this camera. I don't know if you can hear me alright. My microphone's over on the left hand side. I'm not wearing it tonight. It's a bit sweaty down the old lug oils. And what I can do then, I can look up and see if we can see any stars, which is good. And there's one behind the tree there. You can see what I'm pointing at there. Let's just drop it down a bit so you can see it. Behind, see the stars there? There's one. So they're starting to come out. And you should have Saturn right the way down here and on the floor. Just behind them trees, I think there. Fly shit on my screen here. Right, yeah. So it's not quite dark enough just yet. There's a little lonely cloud in the sky, which you don't need. I don't want one little lonely cloud. Yeah, we should be seeing some stuff down here shortly as well. And there's one star on its own there, as we've just seen. Could even be Saturn, that. Saturn's quite low in the sky. So, oh, there's another star there. Another one popped up. Playing I Spy. So we're getting there slowly. We're getting there. Won't be on 11 minutes. Just have a little. Got a chat running in the right hand side. Right. See if we can spot any more stars out. Oh, there's that big one there. Oh, there's another one there flashing. I think that's the one we spotted before though. Getting all excited with myself then. Normally, when it's cleared, all this part of the sky will light up, you know. Yeah, so a bit of a rundown. Everything that did this program, Stellarium's all free. Obviously, you get the main telescope software with the machine. So what I'll do, we'll just drop it back down onto the old telescope. I have got some other scopes and that, but I'm just concentrating on this one. That'll be min. I see my box up a bit on there. I'll put it on a box, just so we can point over this hedge here on the left hand side. Let's have a little zoom skin. Right. Get that out of the way a little bit. Right. Just lift it up a shade, get rid of them legs, there we go. That's not a bad little view. I know my head's in the way, that'll go over here in a bit. I'll fart about through the night. It started off really cloudy last night. First half of the night was a bit of a washout, and I stayed up a bit later thinking that it might change, and it luckily enough it did. From like 2 o'clock onwards it was great. We got loads of footage last night. We took a look at, well, have a look on my Facebook page, all the pictures and on there, all the data's on there, the video and everything. We've got a quick look at Saturn and Jupiter, but they were low in the sky, a bit wavy. And as I say, the Stellarium camera and the lens is 80mm. So, and it's got its own processor inside. It stacks all the data you get up, stacks it all and puts out a final piece of data, which is fantastic. Plus you can put a USB drive into it, which collects all the raw files, so you can put them into Photoshop or wherever yourself and mess with them, which is quite good. Yeah, so, and then it's not really made for planetary, but I can't wait for a decent moon to have a quick look at. As I say, we've done Jupiter and Saturn okay last night after a bit of a fight, but yeah, it was going alright. And then we had a look at the Dumbbell Nebula, and then which we've done before, Andromeda, Galaxy Andromeda. What else did we look at? We looked at quite a bit. We done the Cigar a couple of nights before that, Cigar Galaxy. Then we done a cluster as well. What was that cluster? What have we done? I can't remember. My brains. What was it called? Something with a C. Carousel or something. Anyway, it was one of those. Let's just have a look on Stellarium here and see if we can spot it. Andromeda Galaxy. We had a bit of that last night as well. That wasn't brilliant because I never left it long. Yeah, but that's another thing I've got to talk about as well. When it's finally initialised and it's on a star or it's on a cluster or a nebula or galaxy or whatever, it gives you the time of how long it's going to take per, I don't know, a few hundred shots to get in and stack them up and all that. Most of them about 30 minutes. But as I'm a bit impatient, so I'll cut it early and then collect the images and bang them on Facebook or wherever like that. But if you stay the distance, I mean, it's phenomenal. I don't know whether it's a con because it's so small and so expensive. That is it stuff stored in its own brain here that we're seeing and not really what's out there, because it's got no eyepiece on it, so we can't actually physically see what that's looking at. So it's got to go I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist, by the way. So it's got to go through that thing there, that's Stellina and Stellarium are a pain in the backside. It's got to go through Stellina. It's got to go through Stellina. So I like to see through an eyepiece to see if that item's really there. So I'll give it a couple of tests last night, because when you run this Stellarium on Saturn and you know the picture how it is, because I know it's an animated bit of software, but it actually gives you the right pitch and the angle of attack on I don't know, Saturn's rings and all that. So if you're getting a picture then of Stellina, if you're getting a picture of Stellina and it's at the right pitch and right angle, so you know it's actually looking at the thing. Yeah, so I'm still messing about with it, as I say. I haven't had it long, a couple to 3 weeks or something like that. Came from France through Germany, and if you do it that way, you're going to get battered on import duty, because I did. Let me just have a bit of a drink here. Sorry. Right, it's 20 to 11 now, so what I'll do. Yeah, I'll give it another go now. Initialize. And try it again. And as you can see it moving there. Yeah, and me scopes at the back in the yard across the grass. And if you're running this LD, it's an LD player I've got here, watch. It's a LD player it is. It's like BlueStacks, but it's another version. The thing is, it handles the Wi-Fi signal better than BlueStacks. I don't know why, so I don't know whether the software is a bit different, but it's an identical layout. It's for gaming, so you want to play Android games on Windows PC and all that. But I thought I'll throw this program through it and to see how it handles. But what I've had to do is run a monster high-speed USB extension cable from my PC and put a wireless dongle on the end, so my system will pick up wireless, and my system will also pick up. I've got an RJ45 into it as well, so I can produce and stream as well. Otherwise, the problem with Stellarium, with it being Android to your phone, you can't use normal internet as well at the same time as you're using the Stellarium. So I thought I'll bypass all that. I'll use the Wi-Fi off a dongle out of my PC, and I'll also ram an RJ45 into it, a cable as well, straight to the PC. So we've got internet through that. So that's the backdoor way of doing it. But if you want to stream stuff, you can do using an emulator. So all this stuff about, oh no, you can only use Android software and all this crap. I don't know why but they're gonna most probably bring it out in Windows anyway. So right, what are we looking here now? It's auto-focusing, so it's found something. Autofocus. This little chart should go up a little bit in a minute if it's found something worth keeping. So we'll just there it go, and having to go now autofocus. It doesn't mean it's locked onto anything, depends how quick that autofocus climbs up. If it's not finding anything, it'll be dead slow, obviously. So we'll see. Give it a couple of minutes. Yeah. Let's just send something to someone. Let's just run a program here in a minute. Sorry about this. Where's this running from? Oh, see it, sorry. Right. Facebook on here. Chat. There we go. Just sorry about this a minute. I'm just sending a message to someone. To paste that in there. Okay, we're back again. Sorry about that. Nice. Let's go back to Facebook. Even though I'm not on Facebook, I'm on. There you go. Yeah. So sorry about that. It's autofocus. Oh, it's autofocusing as we said. But have you seen how slow it is? That should have been done by now, because it's still a bit light outside, see. So it should have been done and we should have been looking at something by now. But it's only because it's still a lightish kind of sky. I'm looking at my camera on this other monitor over here of the front side, which is the north side, now further sky, and it's still quite light over that way. In the south of the sky over here, it's getting there now. There's quite a few bits of stars, but this autofocus in here should be quicker than that. But where am I going? Where am I going? Yeah, so in the centre, obviously, the screen that you're looking at is the Stellina Telescope, and Stellarium to the left hand side, the software we were on about, and the scope software to the right, where the autofocus setting is. And you can, it's a bit of an editing program. I've not tried all this out yet. You can edit it all, and keyboard mapping and all this stuff, volume and the full screen and recorder. You can record the thing as well if you wish, which we might do later. But I've no need to record it anyway. It's streaming onto YouTube, so yeah. There's not a lot more I can tell you. As I say, if there's any questions or you've actually got a Stellina yourself, let me know. I mean, I need to learn as well, you know. But I think what they're hoping to do, if this works out okay, I think they're hoping so most telescope software packages is easy like this, because with my big scope out the back, I've got, well, not a big, it's only 9.25 case grain tube. I've got all the cameras and stuff for it, but it's so delicate, and I've got an off access guide on it and everything. It's all up to date, but fiddling about getting everything focused in and cleaned and leveled out, and it's a pain in the ass, really. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the overall thing about the stars and whatever, and what we can look at, what we can see, what we can't see. But this, all you have to do is just lump it somewhere on the floor. It comes with a bit in its tripod. It comes in with a built-in spirit bubble. Just line it up like that. Just level up. It doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you get the bubble in the right place there, screw the legs, tighten them off, and that's it. You're done. Then you can take it in your car. You can take it anywhere travelling. I suppose anywhere on holiday. It'll go in the hand luggage thing on the plane. You know. You have to pack it well, so you get knocked or whatever. But yeah. And it's got a dew heater Normally, with a tube, as you know, you'd have to have your obviously your dew shield on it with a heater and everything to keep the dampness off the lens. Well, this is all built in. I mean, really, for the price, it should make you a cup of coffee as well, but it doesn't because I've asked it, you know. Yeah, so. Good, good. Well, this autofocus is a joke. It's going to bum out on this one. It's been ages. But hey ho. Yep. Come on, get with it. We're running out of things to talk about now. Yeah, if anyone out there wants to look at anything, just drop us a comment and see if it's in our field of view. Then we can have a little. Well, it's great, you know, to show your kids or whatever. No, I've got no kids myself. People, you know, for education purposes, and a few of you can get together in the same Wi-Fi environment, and you can all watch it live on your own phones, because you can link up as many on it as you want. Apparently, I mean, I've not tried it yet. Well, this is one thing that we're trying here now. We've got Wi-Fi running to its brain, and we've also got RJ45 to the computer, so we've got live internet plus the Wi-Fi to the Stellina, you know. So yeah, and as I said, you can have a star parties that on about and all this. They call it star parties, you know. You can sit there and be nerds together, you know. And then you can all watch it on your own phone, so you don't have to watch a main monitor, you know. Yeah, the autofocus is nearly finished, but I don't think it's going to do anything because it's been ages. Yeah, what I'll try and do, we'll try and have a look at that. You know, it's telling me, look at this. It's telling me you can look at stuff. So let's have a look at Saturn again. Let's have a look at Saturn. Right, there's the software here now. Let's go for the solar system. No, I don't want Mars. Why are you saying Mars for a planet? Oh, where's Mars on? So look at Mars on here first. Mars. Let's see how high it is. Yeah, where's Mars? Come on. Oh, it's under the floor. You got no chance yet. 40. Hang on. Let's just check something here because this is not a right angle. Because let's go back to the scope itself. No, the coordinates are wrong, so it's not done anything. I thought it was. It's only at 38 degrees. I know for a fact we're at 53 degrees. So that's why it's saying Mars is down here on the floor. So let's try and reinitialize because that's garbage. That. I knew it was wrong as soon as it said that then. You just got to check your coordinates on its software to make sure it's got the GPS sorted out in its head, you know, otherwise it won't work. And I knew it was dead long anyway, because that autofocus doesn't take that long normally. If it locks onto something, it's quite quick. We'll do it again in a minute. As you can see, the camera's folding and it folds in, shuts up, then comes back out again. There we go, it's on the move again. It's trying to find GPS settings there now. And it's coming up to 11 o'clock, so we should have some good star fields out there at the minute. We should have. We've got the lights on in here, the curtain shut, because I don't want to give it any more trouble. But in light pollution areas, it's supposed to be like London and all that. It's supposed to be working brilliant. There's a sensor and it's really delicate. So, well, I can have the lights on in here, it's not a problem. Sit here as like watching anything, you know. Like star pattern, you can see now if it doesn't spend a long time on a star pattern, it'll turn dead quick. But if it spots something, it'll go to the next stage, like that autofocus there, see. So, it spotted something. It's whether it can lock in onto that, that's the problem. We'll see if it gets its act together on this autofocus. Soon tell. But judging by the weather, let's have a look at the weather on my phone. I think we're alright till about 3 o'clock in the morning, and it starts getting a bit cloudy then. Just check on my phone here now. Whether the weather is hot or whether the weather is not. Yeah, see, we'll put on today. 1 o'clock tomorrow, it's still okay, so no, yeah, it's okay for a bit. We're looking south anyway, and that autofocus is going up quicker now, you noticed. Yeah, so yeah, we'll have a look at this now. It should be okay on this one, I'm hoping. We've been on air 31 minutes and 15 seconds and we haven't found anything yet, so current viewers 1. Well, that's not very exciting, is it? Whoever's out there, just give us a test on this chat. Whoever's watching, I don't know if it's someone I know, but I might have a little idea who it is. It doesn't tell you who's watching, it's obviously for privacy reasons. And current viewers of 1. Yeah, that autofocus for me here now. I know you've got a slight delay on your system there because it goes through the stream and blah blah blah. The autofocus is a bit quicker than before, so we'll see in a minute. I'm going to check its coordinates if it's changed. Seems to be focusing a bit quicker. It's gone up again on my side here. 32 minutes and 15 seconds. So yeah, let's just move this stellarium about to see what we can see. Yeah, that's northwest, that's the good source. Northeast. I can see most of this stuff. We'll look over me. See, Jupiter's dead low in the sky there. Like, we won't get that for another couple of hours. So. There's Saturn, she's up a bit. Saturn, let's have a look. I've got some, I can read all this stuff on Stellarium here about its projection, where it is, how long it's going to take, what path it's going to take, how high it's going to get in the sky. Last year we had an awesome set with Jupiter and Saturn, and they were out every night, big mad in the sky right in front of me, and I never had any other big telescope set up till half of it all finished. Yeah, typical, isn't it? I see that the orbit goes up quite high in the sky here, up towards this Sagittarius cluster, so I can get it quite well. But really, as everyone knows out there, and I'm not just repeating crap, there's a satellite there, look at it, NORAD, I bet you. Yeah, NORAD satellite 48555. See it tracking it, look. This is not tracking it, it's just a software track. The Stellarium. Stellarium. I'll get it right in a bit, Stellarium, bloody... Right, let's have a look where we're looking from. Northeast, east, southeast, this is our area. And as you can see, in the south here, you'll have the Milky Way galaxy across here in a bit. So, but this thing's not any good for a wide field. This is narrow field for deep space, this is. The Dark Horse Nebula. I want to try that as well, a Dark Horse Nebula as well, as soon as I can. That is normally Dark Horse Nebula, or the Horsehead Nebula we want. Yeah, that's on. I think that's on Orion, isn't it? Orion doesn't come round this way until the winter. Yeah, so star clouds and clusters everywhere. Yeah, I say Saturn's. The orbit of Saturn will be a couple of hours. It'll be up in the middle of the sky up here. Obviously, no one's chatting to me in the chat there, so I just get fed up of me talking already. Can't blame them. Right, I'm going to just lift this up a little bit so we can see the date and time here then on the bottom. Bit touch more, hang on. There you go. Yeah, I'm just trying to get this main screen out what you're looking at. Just a bit of editing software, this Streamlabs OBS it's called. No, that's free as well. Everything's free, it's great. Yeah, Streamlabs. See, this autofocus has slowed right down now. Excuse me. Yeah, it's all slowed down now, so I don't think it's going to lock out on anything now. Might have to do it once more, but we'll get there in a bit. What are we? It's only 11 o'clock. I need you beauty sleepers, that's because I know you've noticed that, like. Don't get personal now. Yeah, so waity time, isn't it? Right, Coco. Yeah, that autofocus is definitely not keyed up on anything. Yeah, it's too slow. It's too slow. It starts off okay, but it's too slow now. Playback to 1. Analysis. I'm just having a look at the YouTube streaming setup. As I normally just stream it straight onto Facebook, so I thought I'd give it a little bash straight onto the YouTube. Yeah, it's like dead slow. Look at it. Oh, it's nearly finished now, but it's dead slow. I don't think it's locked anything in, but I will check on its coordinates in a minute. You know when it goes through straight away. It's quite good. Come on, any time today. Like anything, watched pot never boils, does it? A watched pot. See, I'm just going to go now to here. No, it's still at 38. That's no good to us. Let's try it again. It will come. Come on, daylight warning. It's not daylight now. She's folding up again. I shouldn't bother really coming on here till about 11 o'clock, but I've had to set a few things up and that, so just having to mess around with it, get used to the software and that. Oh God, get rid of some slugs out the garden. The garden is full of slugs. Oh, it's a slug city out there. Yeah, stellariums. There she goes, she's coming alive again now. There should be quite a lot of stars out there now, according to me front camera. Let's have a look at the front camera. You can't see the front camera, but oh, there you go. You can now. So I'll just get it up in the corner here. Right, according to that, yeah, it's quite dark out there now. This star pattern should get rid of that out of your face. You don't need that. Yeah, the star pattern should pick something up now. Tracking activation. Yeah, there's a thing. Autofocus. So that looks better because it didn't come out with the tracking before. That means nothing. It could be just shit star system it's picked on. But it will. I'll just click in a bit. I mean, it seems a bit frustrating here, but it's not. It's only me being anxious to get the stars out and see. Autofocus. Auto. Yeah, that autofocus goes quite quick across the screen if it's locked onto something. We'll just have to wait. Do. So we'll go with Yeah. Excellent connection, it's saying. But look at the autofocus, it's taking its time, isn't it? Come on, autofocus. We'll get there in the end. Just waiting for it to focus in, lock on some stars, and we're away, big time. As long as it stays clear outside, which is looking like it's going to. Right, come on, autofocus, dead slow, no good. It's a bit slow tonight. Auto focusing. Tracking stars. Come on, hurry up. Stars, get out of bed. No viewers at the minute, what's going on? Come on, get out of bed. This is the sky at night, or night sky. As the Facebook page says, night sky. If you look in where it is on Facebook, it's night sky, all in uppercase, with a gap in between a night and the sky. That might help you. There's loads of data on there, pictures and everything, so. But this autofocus is taking its time. It's not doing any good at the minute. Won't be able to see any decent pictures for a sec or two. But we'll get there in a bit. I'll say it's running quite early, just after 11 o'clock. Not quite dark enough yet, I don't think. Autofocus. It maps the sky, basically, this software. and does some plate solving. Plate solving is basically just taking pictures of the star positions, and obviously some kind of program sorts them all out and tells the GPS where it is. Some kind of algorithm. Very clever stuff though. Sky's a big ass place really. Hey, no, it's taking too long, this autofocus thing. What door? What door? What door? Right. Still not changed the coordinates, so have to try it again. Should be well happening outside. Should be. I say it doesn't really take a couple of minutes when it's got its head together. I had the same trouble last night as well, too early really. Getting all excited with myself. It's changed its position there on the GPS, so we'll see what it does with itself now. Should be all okie dokie. "48 minutes in, not a dish washed." Just taking a look at the star pattern here now. Whether it's the same one or not, I don't know. I'll see in a minute. We can't find on it routes around, see, but it's going straight to autofocus at the minute, so. So it's looking at something. 50 minutes in. To go and make myself a cup of tea, I think. Waiting for this, like waiting for a bus. There's no clouds in the sky, so I don't know what's having trouble with. It's only quite quick when it goes through this though, this autofocus thing. As I say, unless it's not picking any stars up, there's no reason why it shouldn't. Sun goes. Yeah. It's awfully slow tonight, I don't know why. The lens is clean, the sky's clean. I've had the shower, so we're all clean. Just batteries are all full. He ain't a problem. But we all want everything to happen yesterday, don't we? So can't argue with Mother Nature. Great time again. It's dragging its feet today. Dragging its feet. I might as well just let it go through its setup, but it's taking far too long this week. Far too long. I'll go put the kettle on in a minute and just check what the star situation's like outside. Still mightn't be dark enough. Still mightn't be dark enough. Let's just check on the phone as well. What's it actually looking at? That won't work. Just checking on some cameras, that's all. Looks quite dark. Yeah, over in the north it's still white lights over there. Just checking on the cameras now. Yeah. Still not focused in. Yeah. Still not focused in. Yeah. Still not focused in. Still not focused in. Yeah. I'm just having a mess there with my phone just to check the chat's working as well. That's okay. So we're all operational. We're all operational. Right, it's saying here, look at this crap. Well, let's have a look at the M51, see what it does. Going to get the target, blah blah blah. Won't find it because it's not even observation failed. Look. So what we're going to do now? Search for another target. I'm going to go back to there. It doesn't change. So I'm going to reinitialize from where it is now and do this. Try anyway. Right. Let's try and see what it's looking at now. Hope it doesn't go back to the same place. Oh, it's going to close its shell up first and then go back, yeah. Yeah, I'm just still trying to initialize it. It's not quite dark enough yet, but it's having trouble finding any stars at the minute. It's nice and clear outside, so any second. I'll come on a bit too early, so all eager beaver. That's it, with a bit of luck she'll try and pick something up now. Star search. Star zone search. See what it does. Average watch time 29 or 28 minutes. Yeah, we've been live now for nearly an hour, and this thing's just, it's not getting its stars. I don't know why. I say it's mostly just not quite dark enough, but it should have got them by now. Once just after 11, isn't it? After 11ish, something like that. So it's gone quite early. Checked on the sky, it's clear. See, this autofocus is taking its time, see. This should be quite quick, this. Autofocus. Come on, get with it now. I had the same trouble last night, so until it got its target and we're all sorted. Come on. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, Stellina. Show us what you can do. Yeah, autofocus has picked up a bit of speed, so with a bit of luck it's picking something up now. It needs a star to look at, so come on, baby. Light my fire. Yeah, but I know, as I was saying before, we're at 52 to 53 degrees on the GPS, but it's only showing up 38 degrees. That's how I know it hasn't focused in properly on the right stars. So, but it will do in a minute. It will do in a minute. Once it slows down again and makes it show me. Come on, autofocus. Come on, you can do it. It's trying to look at something that goes back to that same old spot all the time. If it's not hitting any targets, it should turn round until it hits targets, but it's not, it's staying there. So, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll abort this a minute. I'll abort it, and I'll try it on my phone. We had this trouble last night, and I locked it in on my phone now. Okay, get Stellina up here, connect now, blah de blah de blah de, yakety schmackety. Yeah, Stellina on that one. Connecting to Stellina. Connecting, checking quality, blah blah blah. There won't be no internet off Stellina. Here we go. So Stellina's connected. Connecting to Stellina. Continue. Skip that crap. Right, let's go to there. Release control of that one. Take control of this one. Initialize. Now it'll tell me what. There you go. It'll start. It's in progress. I'm hoping it's not just been that. What I think I'll do, I'll end this stream. I'll end this stream and start another one.